What up, fellas? It's your man, point guard Stephen Bardo, coming back to you. That right behind me is the ocean, so we're gonna do a little ocean walk. Okay, so if this your first time here, next chapter forward, I'm your point guard Stephen Bardo, former NBA and overseas basketball player turned college basketball analyst. Had the perfect job, but got removed from a flight on my way to work, and that was my impetus to get the hell up out of Dodge. And that's what we're talking about today. 5 signs that it may be time to leave the U.S. Sign number 1, your money is losing to inflation. Last year, when people lived here in Mexico, they noticed that the dollar lost 10% against the peso, against the Mexican peso. And it's doing similar things this year. So the way the government is printing money and the way that inflation is eating up your purchasing power, that's a great sign to leave. How are you investing your money or placing your money in areas where it can beat inflation, right? Because if you just got it sitting somewhere collecting dust, or in a savings or checking account, guys, you're losing purchasing power every day. So make sure that you are getting into precious metals. You may want to get into some assets. You may even want to get into cryptocurrency, which is something that we're going to break down a little bit later on. But that's something that you want to look at, guys, because keeping your money in fiat and saving money is losing money right now. And so that's sign number 1, that it may be time to get the heck up out of Dodge. Sign number 2, guys, the safety nets are falling through. What used to make the United States safe with different measures and different systems, these are under attack under the current administration. And so what used to keep us safe doesn't necessarily do that any longer. So what am I talking about? Last week, the federal government made a decision to stop sending alerts to local law enforcement. Now think about that for a second, guys. The federal government is going to stop a system that would alert local law enforcement to situations of possible terror acts, right? And I'm not fear-mongering here. This is actual fact. You can go look this up. They actually are stopping these alerts, and I didn't know the name. I don't know the specific name of the alerts, but I do know that they're stopping alerting local law enforcement guys to possible threats. If that's not a sign to get the hell up out of Dodge, I don't know what is. I mean, guys, we're in several fronts. Got boots on the ground in Ecuador, Nigeria, whatever they were doing in Greenland. They've been talking stuff about Mexico. They came down here and helped do something to the cartel leader. Cuba, Venezuela, Iran. I mean, guys, it's, I don't know, those safety nets that we used to have and the things that we used to take for granted, you should not take those for granted any longer, guys. It's not what it used to be. And it almost feels like we're out here on our own, pretty much. Like, you really have to be on top of your news sources. You have to be looking at different websites and things of that nature. I tend to look at news from different parts of the world. I love Al Jazeera. BBC's pretty good, Canadian broadcasting company. But lately, guys, places like Thailand, Bangladesh, these areas have really good news sources that aren't controlled by Is Not Real and the US influences. And so these are countries that, may not be big on the global scale, but that will give honest breakdowns of what's going on, okay? So in lieu of the fact that the systems in the United States for warnings and alerts are going away intentionally by the US government, that should be your sign to get the heck up out of Dodge. Sign number 3, guys, your health care costs almost as much as your rent or mortgage now. With the recent changes and what's going on and different things that used to be in place to help keep healthcare insurance costs down, those are out now. In my opinion, these are the oligarchs, the billionaires, stripping the United States away of what we have left in terms of wealth and worth. You know, when you look at the insurance costs right now, and if you got a family of 4 and you're trying to insure your family, that's an upwards of 4 digits, guys. That's a rent payment, okay? And so when you look at the fact that we're over 50 black men, we're gonna have some health challenges moving forward, okay? And so if the cost of insuring yourself and your family is in the thousands, low thousands, let's say it's $1,000, $1,200. Guys, that's how much rent is down here in Mexico for a nice place, for a real nice place, okay? So when health insurance starts to become more than the rent that you can have, it may be time to look elsewhere, guys. I don't quite know how else to break this down other than that. I'll give you an example. In Mexico, you can get really high-level private insurance for $160 a month. And the doctors will do house calls if you're infirm, meaning that if you can't leave the house, you're so sick and you can't get up or whatever, they will come and make house visits, okay? A lot of people down here don't even have health insurance because it's so cost affordable to pay out of pocket. Now, do I advise that? Not necessarily. Everybody's got their own case scenarios based on your health profile and whether you have pre-existing conditions or not. But healthcare, the level of healthcare here in Mexico is very good. And the fact that you can get it for a fraction of the cost and have it be better healthcare, where a majority of these doctors, especially here in the Playa del Carmen Quintana Roo state, that's what the name of the state is here, a lot of the doctors are bilingual. And they've been trained in either Cuba or the United States. And so these are very, very good doctors. This is very good healthcare for a fraction of the cost, guys. So if you are paying health insurance for you or you and your family, and you're shelling out a rent payment for health insurance, it's maybe your sign to get the heck up out of Dodge. Sign number 4, guys, you're exhausted. The code switching, the hypervigilance, the trying to shrink yourself to make people feel comfortable, picking up on the energy changes when you walk into the room. That stuff will wear you down, guys. Wear your central nervous system down, okay? Do you guys ever have that 3 a.m. moment when you wake up full of anxiety and you're like, man, what is this what we're doing here? Is this what life looks like? Is this what we're trying to do? Right? You've worked your tails off, guys. You've been disciplined. Many of you have taken care of others. And now you find yourself in the twilight of your life, strung out based on a lifestyle, probably mortgaged out, meaning you got a lot of debt for stuff that is not really valuable. And don't feel bad, guys, if that's where you find yourself. This is all a part of the plan. It's all a part of the capitalistic system in the United States. It's to get you mortgaged out, to get you in debt, so that you have less options, okay? If you guys want more options and you want less financial stress, I would tell you it's time to get up out of Dodge, guys. There's so many different places you can look at and look to invest and look to relocate, where you can heal, your central nervous system calms down, you can feel like a man again, like a relaxed man, somebody that, you've worked your ass off all your life, and you find yourself now with a ton of anxiety, worried about the future. Do I have enough money to retire? Will my pension or my Social Security and my investments take me through? Well, if you're staying in the United States, the answer is maybe not, right? It might not be the best case scenario for you. So again, guys, I stress that when you look to these other places around the world, a lot of places are a lot more reasonable financially. And you have an opportunity to get places and not have so much pressure. I'll give you an example. Young brother from the Chicago area, he's about 41, and he was in debt. And he did the financial arbitrage where he came down here to Mexico, got like a really inexpensive place. He got like a studio for $350, $400 a month, guys. He wasn't, it wasn't the greatest place. It wasn't the greatest condo or studio, but he got it. And he was still working his remote job in the United States. And so what happened was, guys, after 6 months, he had saved $18,000 and gotten out of debt. Now think about that for a second. 6 months, he was in debt. He lowered his cost of living and came down here to Mexico, really stripped down, sold his stuff back home, came down here and rented out a place, and then was able not only to get out of debt, but to save $18,000. Guys, that's possible when you make the move out of the United States. You don't have to stay there. You can be in a place like this. You can walk on the ocean like I'm doing right now, or you can see this beautiful scene right there, that lady taking care of that man. You see the view, guys. I mean, I see this every day. So I'm just telling you, this is possible. And you get your vitamin D and everything else in between, guys. It's time to get up out of Dodge, fellas. Sign number 5, guys. You keep fantasizing being somewhere else. Maybe you're seeing videos like this, of this beautiful ocean, and this scenic view. I'm getting all this glorious vitamin D on my skin. Maybe you're watching other YouTube creators and you're loving their life. You're fantasizing about not being in Chicago in February and March. You're fantasizing about not being stuck in traffic for 2 hours a day, not having a car and being able to walk places like I can. Okay? When you catch yourself fantasizing about being someplace else, that's your sign that it's time to go. And you know what, man? Like, for me, I had to fantasize about leaving. That's how I started the process. I had to see it in my mind, I had to think about it, had to dream about it, had to want it, had to wonder about it. Okay? Then you start to do the research, and then you can start to see that the possibilities are there. But the first thing, in my opinion, is you fantasizing or dreaming about it. Put in the comments where you fantasize about being or where you dream about being. Where's that place that's gonna set you on fire? That's gonna, have you calm, eating good food, walking slowly, able to get up in the morning and have views like that every morning. Not the bumper to bumper traffic, not the forecasted snow showers, none of that. Straight beauty and people walking with hardly no clothes on. Okay, guys, this life is possible for you if you want it. I'm living proof of it. I'm not special, but I do take action, right? And I'm encouraging you guys to do the same. If you really want some clarity, consider signing up for the Country Clarity Call. It's an hour with me and you. We go over your wants and needs, your desires, where you think that you might get caught up or where you might have some issues, and we address those. And you leave the call with a game plan and actionable steps to take in the following 7 days. And then you have a 60-day plan after that call. So it's a Country Clarity Call. I'll leave the link in the description below. Consider jumping on that call, guys, because this could be the first step between you fantasizing and you living really where you want to be. Okay, I know you guys see this and It's a little bit of sargassum. Basically, seaweed is what that is, and it's unseasonably early. So this might be an issue because in the off season, this was a little bit of an issue for Playa in terms of hurting tourism. So hopefully this will go away, but it's still gorgeous out here, guys, and I want this for you. Okay, so go into my bio, or no, I'll leave the link for the Country Clarity Call in the description. Guys, you have a great one. I hope you take my advice and take these 5 signs that it might be time to leave the United States. Okay, you guys have a great week, and from sunny and beautiful Playa del Carmen, until next time, holla, y'all.